Hey there again. Ave Satanis, hail Satan. Hail King Lucifer. Hail Lord Belial. Hail Lord Leviathan. Hail beautiful Queen Lilith. You know, I was thinking earlier, actually I'm always thinking about something. I was thinking earlier about, I wonder how much each one of us, myself included, I wonder how much we actually have so much to be thankful to Father Satan for, and to his demonic divine for, like to every demon and every demoness as well. Like we have so much to be thankful for, like a lot. We really do. Like, and I don't think a lot of us take time to think about it, to think about how much we have to be thankful for to Father Satan and all of his his demons and demonesses, and all of the ancient gods. Who are the ancient gods? Sorry. Now, I know me personally. Personally, I have an awful lot to be thankful to Father Satan, King Lucifer for. I really do. I have a lot to be thankful for him. You know, uh, I got a roof over my head that's mine. You know, I have food. I got, you know, stuff to drink whenever I want it, water, pop, whatever. I have the internet. I have laptops. I have tons of movies, DVDs. I have a lot of half decent. I have a lot of friends in the occult on the left-hand path, whether it be Satanism or whichever demonolatry. Uh, we can order books whenever we can afford it. We can, if we want a certain book that we see online and we think would really be interesting and would help us on our path with Father Satan, we can order that. And it takes a week, maybe two, and then we got it. Like, and everything else, like just for the breath of life that's in us. Just for being alive, really. We have the privilege to worship Father Satan. We have the freedom to worship Father Satan. Most importantly, we have the freedom to worship whichever demon we want, or we feel the need to at the time. We have the freedom to do whatever we want, come and go when we please, do what we want, stay up all night if we want, go to bed like fucking 8 o'clock the next morning if we want, unless we're working. If we're working, then it's different. We're on like a schedule, but we still have lots of freedom compared to a lot of people, and especially to a lot of people in different countries who are like oppressed by their government and all this bullshit. And they are told what to believe. And if they believe differently and get caught, they'll probably get decapitated or something. Which is pretty sucks in a lot of ways, because I'm sure that there's people, like, say, over in the Arab world. I'm sure there's people over there that worship pagan gods and ancient gods, but they can't let anybody know, because if they did, they'd probably get ganked. And I'm sure wouldn't be too happy about getting ganked. Especially if they got little kids, or if they got a husband, wife, whatever, girlfriend, boyfriend, either or, right? And we got the privilege that, like, if we get sick, we can go to the hospital. We're put in the hospital, if we're really sick, or if we need a surgery or something, we go get a surgery done. Sure, it might cost money, but at least we can still get it done. We don't have to stay at home and die, right? Like it is in a lot of countries, because a lot of people just don't care. A lot of countries, the governments are just so oppressed and have the people so oppressed and everything that they can't move. They can't do anything, man. And if they don't do what the leader of the country says, You know, they're either put in a prison camp for the rest of their life, prison work camp, or they get ganked. And that's not giving a person much options, right? Actually, that's not giving a person any options, to be honest with you, because you know that would really suck. But either way, I'm very thankful to Father Satan and all of the ancient gods, all of the demons and demonesses, every single one of them. I am very, very thankful, and I let Father Satan know every single night when I'm going to sleep, when I'm going to bed. I thank Father Satan and all of his demonic divine and all of the ancient gods for every unholy blessing, and every unholy spirit that I received that day. And I thank them for everything. I go down the list. No question about it. I've been doing the same thing for years and years and years. Because I've been on this path a long time. And I've learned a lot since I've been on this path. And I learned a lot about myself that I didn't know before, but I know now that I didn't know. And one thing about it, I can honestly say, and I made a video earlier, but I haven't got it uploaded yet. I made one earlier about females in the left-hand path. Like about females who are black witches, which I call male witches too, same thing. A witch is a witch. You're a male witch, female, same thing. There's none of this warlock bullshit. That's some Christianity fucking invention. That's some Zion bullshit invention. But women on the left-hand path are beautiful. They're beautiful. Women, that is one thing that Anton LaVey, there's a few things that man got correct. He got that one 100% on the nose. Women are the most beautiful creatures of all. They're more beautiful than men. They're more beautiful than dogs. They're more beautiful than cats. They're more beautiful than any animal you can think of, or anything that you can think of for that matter. That's why we should treat women with 100% respect. Hey, hi, that flamboyant. I think we should, if a guy is with a woman, for example, he should treat that woman with 100% respect. No questions asked. That woman should be treated with respect. 100% respect. And it works both ways too, right? But women are the most beautiful. I was thinking about it today. Women are the most beautiful creatures that Father Satan ever created. No question about it. Like LaVey got that right on the nose when he said that women were the most beautiful creatures of all, which is 100% true. I do agree with LaVey on that. I don't agree with very much about LaVey's teachings, but I do agree with that. Because to me, my personal opinion, women are great. I think they're wonderful. I love women. Always have, always will. That will never change. I love everything about women. Smell, touch, taste, feel, scent, everything. Every single thing I love about women. And women who are black witches and Satanists, I love them 100 times more. Because I just think, actually, I don't think, I know. I know that women that are in the occult and on the left-hand path, especially the ones who are Satanists and demonolators, they have a very, very, very special quality about them. A very special quality that Father Satan has gifted them with. Like it's just something about them that you can't turn away from them. Even if you wanted to, you wouldn't be able to. You would not be able to turn away from them. It's impossible. Unless you're a complete fucking idiot. That's the only way. Or unless maybe you're gay. Right? But if you're gay, that's your thing. More power to you. I think, people who are gay, that's great. That's their thing, right? If that's what makes them happy, great. I agree with it 100%. I'm 100% pro-gay. If people are gay and they're happy, that's all that matters. Because I have a nephew. I have a nephew who's gay, and I think the world of him. And he asked me a few years ago. He asked me, and he asked me he asked me when, like, I knew he was, but he didn't know that I knew. So so he asked me about it. He said to me, he said, Uncle John, I said, you don't have to tell me, Andrew, man. And I don't care about saying his name. I know he wouldn't care. I said, you don't have to tell me, Andrew, man. I said, are you happy? And he said, yes. I said, well, that's all that matters. I said, just as long as you're happy. If you're happy, that's the most important thing. And one thing about it too, if you're a Satanist and you're happy, if you're a traditional Satanist, Thestic, which is pretty much the same thing, whichever, and you're happy, that's all that matters. But you still have to be happy in Father Satan, and that's who makes you happy. If you're walking correctly with Father Satan and all of the demonic divine, if you're walking good with them, you're good. And you'll know. That's like if you do a ritual and it didn't work out the way you planned. Maybe you might have to tweak something just a little bit. You might have to change something a little tiny bit. It mightn't even be anything that you would really notice. Could be the smallest little thing. And then you tweak that and do the ritual over again, and it might turn better than you could ever imagine. This I know for sure because it's happened to me, and I'm sure it happens to everybody. Nobody's perfect, and that's one thing I love about Satanism in general. There's a lot of people in Satanism who think they're perfect, but they're definitely not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. And nobody in Satanism is better than anybody else. Nobody who truly believes in Father Satan and his demonic kingdom and the ancient gods are better than anybody else. Nobody. As long as a person is happy and a person is right on the path with Father Satan will let that person know, or Father Satan's demons and demonesses will let them know. If they're doing something off kilter and doing something that's not the way Father would prefer it to be, then Father Satan will fix it. That's like people who are Wiccan, and like they say themselves, they're white witches. But to me, a witch is a witch, right? You still cast spells if you're Wiccan, or if you're a white witch. But Satanism, I think a lot of people say they're Wiccan and claim to be white witches because they could be afraid of the stigmata that goes with it. Because a lot of people look at Satanism and think, oh, baby killers and all this bullshit, animal killers and all this stuff, which is all bullshit, by the way. But that's the way a lot of people think, especially the fucking ones on the right-hand path. They all think it. Like, they all think that fucking anything to do with Satanism or the occult is evil right off the bat. And okay, it's evil is evil. It's evil to them, but I think it's great personally. And I've been on this path a long time, and I'm staying on this path as long as I got a bread of life in my body. And then I'll be with Father Satan and his demons, so I won't have to worry about that, will I? Because I know where I'm going when I croak. And my 87-year-old mom don't agree with it. She definitely do not agree with it. Like, she can't stand the idea of my beliefs. But what can she do? I'm a grown man, right? And all she says to me is, she tells me she's praying for me, and I tell her, don't waste your energy. I tell Mom, I said, don't waste your energy. I said, don't pray for me. But she still does, and she gets pissed off when I tell her don't. But it just bugs me when she says she's praying for me. I tell her not to waste her energy on me. But we don't really me and my mother don't really get into religious conversations very much, or about different belief systems or whatever. because she's stuck in her way. She's in her ways, in her own way, and that's that's her thing, right? Like everybody got freedom to do their own. But one thing I love also about Satanism and the right and the left hand path is we don't force our belief system on anybody. Whatever we believe, 99.9% of us believe differently, right? And we don't force our beliefs on people. Not like you see a lot of the right hand path religions do. They even come knocking on your fucking doors and leave flyers in your mailbox or slip them in between the side of the door and all this bullshit. I love when they show up, when they come around. I have a field day with them. Like I have a very philosophical debate with them every time I see them. Like I really do. I get in so deep into philosophy, they get all fucked right up. They get screwed right up when I get in a big conversation with them, and they're lost. They get all fucked up and leave. And then I bust out laughing to myself, right? And then I say, "Oh, thank you, Satan." Right? Anyway, that's all I had to say. I just wanted to chat for a minute. Went a little longer than I expected, but that happens. So Ave Satanis, hail Satan. Take care. I'll talk to you next.